It says live. Ah, we're live. That's exciting.
All right, once it kicks in here on YouTube, we're good to go. Let me just move that over. Put that up over here. It's just a matter of moving everything around. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're going to be live on YouTube. And oh, let me downsize you. And skip ad. There you are. There I am. If I can minimize this. That's all the fun things.
It's so cool you know how to do this. I'd be like, woo.
Somebody's got to know how to do it. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to what I usually do is try to help out certain Kickstarters. And today we have a very special guest, Christina from Girls Game Shelf. And she's part of our Dice Tower community. So let me make sure I get you more than you get me. Hold on. Oh, there you are. Now everybody can see you. Nobody wants to see me. So Christina, first of all, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Dice Tower as well. Last week you had your first episode. How did it feel being on the Dice Tower?
Oh my God, it's so cool. It's really exciting. It's really exciting being here too. When you contact me about this, it's all really exciting.
That's great. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Christina, and I am an actor and a mom and a puppeteer and a whole lot of things. And we play board games, and it was kind of this show was kind of a marriage of two things that I love, which is, you know, making things and playing board games. So it's been fun. That's me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
For college, I went to USC, University of Southern California. USC Trojans. Yeah, but I was a theater nerd though, so all my friends.
State guy.
Oh yeah, but I didn't watch football, so we're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends, so we're good that way. So there's no problems there. One of the things I'd like to know, and I'm sure everybody else would like to know, what was the first game that sucked you into board gaming?
Oh, yeah, it's totally a gateway game, but Dominion is how I started. Really? Yeah. My husband brought it home from work, and he was like, I want you to start playing with me. I was like, all right, what is this? And, I like collecting things. I'm a collector in all the video games and games that we play. So, of course, I like Dominion. It's all about, deck building. So it sucked me in immediately. Yeah.
What's your favorite game right now?
Letters to Whitechapel is my favorite game.
Really?
I love Letters to Whitechapel. I love it so much because, you could probably tell in the video that we're going to release soon because I'm all like giddy about it. But I'm a sucker for very well executed themes. And Letters to Whitechapel is so good that it's creepy. And I just love it. Like even the instructions are written with such historical accuracy. And as you're playing it, they use the actual district of Whitechapel. And it's just, it's so cool. So cool. Yeah. And I like the asymmetrical element of it too. Like that's super fun.
That's really good. I'm sorry, I should be looking at you, but
it's tricky, right?
Yeah, it's really hard when you got the computer.
I'm just trying not to look at myself because I'm like, that makes me nervous.
The best thing about it is I don't think anybody can see me because I got it strictly on you right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, listen, like I said, nobody's going to want to look at this. But you got this Kickstarter going, and how many episodes are you guys planning to do?
How many this year or just in general?
This year. I mean, you're trying to raise this money for this Kickstarter.
So the goal is to do 2 episodes a month. We do every second and fourth Friday of the month. And so what does that work out to? I don't know. What month are we in?
Well,
the year is flying by for me.
Pretty much about 26 episodes this year you're planning to do.
Yeah, so we've already, in the pilot season, we shot 7, I think. That was our first go of it. And we've been slowly releasing those, but then we are continuing to film as we go so that we don't miss one of our release dates.
in case anything happens. I did the same thing. I try to film things ahead of time.
Yeah, well, it takes that much time to edit it down, and me and the editor and director go back and forth on the episode, because the goal of each episode is actually to give you a sense of what the gameplay is like for that game.
Okay.
So it's even though we have a tutorial section, really the purpose of it, the vision is that you would watch this to see, like, what does it feel like to play Letters to Whitechapel? What is the room like? At least, you know, with our group, what was it like?
Now, one of the things that I always do on this channel is I'm very personal with the people that I have a pretty good following, so I try to answer every single question, and we're going to try to get to every single question. So if you guys have questions for Christina, just put the question in front of it, and I usually try to go through all the comments, so we'll do our best. But right now, we're just trying to get a good gist of what's going on, and the main thing is that we really want to try to get support for this to really get you guys going.
That would be nice. I don't know if it's you or me, but I feel like your voice is all crackly and
Mine?
Yeah, is that me or is that you? I just want to make sure that I'm not like talking underwater.
Everybody else, is my voice cracking? Can everybody hear me okay? Let's see. Am I having problems with my...
If not, I can understand you. You just kind of sound like a monster.
Hold on. Am I okay? I'm
you asking me?
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get another set of earphones. Or is it this? Oh, I know exactly what it is. This happened before. Now all I got to do is just take that one off. All right. How's that?
Say something. Hello? Testing?
Is that any better?
Nah, I think you're still underwater. Robot underwater. That's my husband back there that keeps walking, by the way. Hey, Eric Feinberg, everyone.
All right, I'm going to blank out for a second.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm still on. If I am, hello.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, that's so much better.
Okay,
Awesome.
There we go.
I didn't know what to do when you left me alone. I was like, it's just me. Where did Rob go?
Do I sound better now?
You sound so much better, yeah.
It's something with Windows 10 that has a problem with the logic camera.
Yeah,
and,
Windows 10 is a doozy.
Yeah, and every once in a while the audio will break up until I can unplug the camera and put the camera back in, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
We've had problems with that for a few of the plugins. Anyways, besides the point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to figure that one out, because this is the second time it happened. I was doing fine, and then all of a sudden it just starts to kind of creep up after a while.
Yeah.
Who knows? Question: how did you find a bunch of girls that would play games? I would enjoy getting a girl game group together myself. And this is from Susanna Craig.
Ah, cool. Oh, Suzanne, she's a Kickstarter donor. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Suzanne, right? Susanna. Thank you so much for your donation. So much. So you know, I have friends that love playing board games, and then when we knew we wanted to just get the group a little bit bigger, it was kind of like friends of friends. You know, my husband had a few friends that love playing, and so we just kind of got the group together and saw what energies kind of jived and who had fun still despite cameras rolling, because that was really the trick. You know, some people, when you put a camera on them, they're like, eek! And some folks don't care. So yeah, it was just through the grapevine, but we just happened to have a group of us that already enjoyed it.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, and this is from my ever feminist daughter. And if everybody, a lot of my friends are on here now, or people I know, and they know how my girls are. They're very, very, very strong-willed. And
right on.
What they wanted to know, and the biggest thing they want to know, do you want to be known as a gamer or a girl gamer? And does it bother you at all that people kind of...
That's an interesting question. I guess it's a question I hadn't even considered. Yeah, I hadn't even considered it, because I guess I don't
find there's a disadvantage to it as well.
Oh God, that is layered.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I've never considered myself a girl gamer, but then Well, let me tell you about this. This didn't start because we were like, we should do a girls' game show with just girls. It just happened that way because we thought, you know, there's a bunch of us girls that play, and my husband's always looking for games that I would like. So I was like, let's just do it. It was fun. It wasn't conceived to be a like feminist game show per se. But then once we got attention for that, I was like, yeah, awesome. You know, like we do need more feminine voices here. So cool. We'll just keep doing what we like doing. And it's a good thing that it's bringing more diversity to the hobby, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it's awesome. But I mean, I guess, do I consider myself a gamer or a girl gamer? Can I be both? Because I am both.
Oh yeah, exactly. But
yeah,
I think what she meant was more or less, do you find it in some ways when they go, oh my God, look, girls that play? Well, of course girls can play. Guys can play. A lot of people can play.
Yeah.
And I think that's where she always found it, where especially when she's played here and people go, oh wow, how'd you get those two girls to play? And then I could see the steam coming out of her.
Yeah. Yeah, that is frustrating. It's a little bit of, you know, if there weren't a lack of feminine voice in the hobby, then I would just be, yeah, I'm just a gamer. But because there is a need for it, I feel like saying that I am a girl gamer, I don't know if it becomes necessary, but it becomes a thing. And I don't think that we're, someone on Reddit was like, I think you're creating the problem by pointing it out. And I don't think that's how it works. You know, sorry to that person. I didn't mean to mimic your voice, but, you know, I feel like if there is an issue and then you're just calling attention to it, then you're doing more to repair than to, you know, make the problem bigger. So
exactly.
You know, I hate to not have a specific answer for you, but when I introduce myself, I don't say I'm a girl gamer. I say I'm a gamer.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's the way it should be, because it is, you know, it's a funny thing. I do the Dice Tower and I do a bunch of cons every year. And I have to say that every con I go to, except for the miniature wargaming cons, where it's a bunch of stodgy old guys.
That's funny.
Like myself. But
you're not stodgy.
But it's 50-50. I mean, there's a lot of girls, there's a lot of wives, and it's very 50-50, especially at the Dice Tower Con, which I've noticed the women are outnumbering it, but you know, I guess it's the guys that get the bad rap for board gaming or whatever. But you know, it's always like, well, there's not enough girls. Well, they're there. It's just you don't see them.
There's plenty of girls, and you know, I think that we're just starting to. I have no knowledge of why there haven't been a lot of feminine voices, because there's a lot of us, you know, and there's a lot of us that support each other. You know, it's amazing actually, since we started, like the amount of people, men and women, who have reached out to be like, hey, thank you for doing this. And I'd be like, sweet, cool, yeah, you know, there's it's not that it's just women that are excited about there being more diversity, you know.
Matter of fact, one of my closest friends, Tina the Board Gamer, if you ever get a chance, check out her site. And we do some things together. Matter of fact, I just sent out a Dungeon Saga for her that I painted that she's going to do on her channel. But, you know, very independent, does a fantastic job, very knowledgeable, and, you know, they're out there. Starlit Citadel, who just broke up their whole thing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, you know, and, you know, here you guys, I mean, well, the best thing is here you guys come to take that spot, you know.
That was so by accident, too. That timing was just wicked crazy, you know.
But it was good timing.
it was good timing, because we were like, oh, no, some more women. We didn't lose, you know. We're still a presence. But yeah, it was a big bummer. Actually, you know, worth mentioning, when Tom Vassell contacted us, one of the things he said to me that was like, it's beautiful, was that, you know, he has 6 daughters. I think it's 6, right? So he was like, yeah, you know, the need for more representation is there.
And I don't think a lot of guys get that until you have a daughter.
Yeah.
Like I got my little one, right, one of mine here, along with, they're all over the place, actually. They just came back from Chick-fil-A. They love Chick-fil-A.
Who doesn't? Delicious.
I mean, but everything in my life is, all my pets are girls. My dog's a girl. I mean, I feel outnumbered. If it wasn't for the boy, I don't know what I'd do. But
That's funny.
hey, I learned how to braid hair early. That's for
Good
sure.
for you. You can teach me.
Yeah. You'll get there. Trust me.
Thanks.
Great segment on breakfast. Will you be on again?
Yes, we will. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, we're gonna actually be on. I think not this coming week, but the goal is to get one in next week. That's the goal, at least.
Okay.
We are hoping to do 2 a month, but I'm not sure yet if it's sustainable. So we'll do it for 2 a month as long as we financially can. Hence the Kickstarter. You know.
Yeah. And believe me, the thing that people don't understand. Okay, now. I put up a lot of bad video, but the reason is that I don't just to sit there and edit and try to video and buy all this equipment. People just don't realize how much this equipment costs and the things that you go into. I mean, for instance, there are times that I'll film a video and I'll sit here and it'll take me maybe 4 hours or something to put all my things together. And I'm not even doing really good, high quality video the way you guys are doing. You guys are putting out some beautiful video. I mean, with the surround shot and everything that I saw.
I love that surround shot.
I just said, that's ridiculous. And I go, that's where you want to be. The music, I mean, everything's just done so professionally. It's just fantastic.
I'm really very fortunate that that I have a lot of very talented friends that are willing to, I mean, the first pilot season, everyone worked for free, because everyone's like, this is fun. This is a great idea. Let's make it work and let's make it beautiful. And that's why once we were like, oh, we gotta keep doing this. But like you said, it takes a lot of time. My editor spends 8 to 10 hours, but I think that's lowballing it. I think she spends a lot more because we go back and forth so much for us to just plan, the shoots, because we treat it's tricky because it's kind of like a review show, but we treat it like a film set, and that's how we get the quality up. So, we have call sheets, we have, actors coming in and going out, and it's a busy day when we film, and it's an expensive day. But it's a fun day. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it takes a lot, and to get the quality that you guys want, I really believe that you guys are going to be groundbreaking and do a lot of great things. And
thanks. I hope so.
I really believe in you. My brother Pete Jones, what's up? Pete is a very good guy. He's part of Giovannina is waving to Pete. Pete has a question, and he says, how can we get more females into the hobby?
That's so interesting. Okay, so when to answer your question with a story, when Tom invited us to be on the show, I was like, oh gosh, now with all this positive female support, I feel like I need to do something that's very female centric, like bringing up, girl of the week type of stuff. And then I thought about it. I was like, I don't know if that's the way to get more females in the hobby, or if the way is just to simply be females in the hobby and do what we enjoy. There are plenty of females in the hobby. I mean, like we were saying, there's a lot of us, and I don't pretend to know the answer about how to get us more out there publicly. I don't know, but it's a darn good question.
Pete usually has one. And Pete's from England, a matter of fact. So he's staying up right now. It's probably
thanks, Pete.
11 o'clock at night there. Am I right?
Man, awesome.
Probably. Yeah, hanging out with us. He's not at the pub like he normally is.
I think that just the more reviewers we are, there's already so many great folks out there. Like Suzanne's segment on the Kickstarter. Did you see her owl costume last time? I adore her.
Oh God, yeah,
she's so funny.
I had a chance to talk to her last year, and I'll email her every once in a while when I get a chance. We were going to try to do something for April Fool's Day, but we just couldn't get it together. Where
missed opportunities.
We were all going to switch segments for this Monday's thing. And
that's a great idea.
I thought it was a great idea, but we couldn't get everybody together, and I didn't get emails back from some people. And some were into it and wanted to do it, but we just couldn't get it together. But she was all in on it.
Get me in on that next year. That sounds awesome.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do your segment. Only I won't look good in the wig.
Awesome.
Oh, Susanna said, like, "Oh, Susanna," the song.
Got it.
Oh,
Oh,
Susanna.
Susanna, don't you cry for me. Got it. I can play
Yeah,
that
I'm
on
glad you did that
harmonica.
instead of me. We really lost viewers.
Yeah, I am
Pete
very proud of
also
my
wanted- Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm just being silly. You, go ahead.
Pete just wanted to say, to say, well done on the production of your first few videos. Very professionally made. Which we just
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's see here. Thomas Burke, hello there. How are you keeping? Good, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Here's a question from Susanna. Would you like to see more female game designers in the gaming industry?
Yeah. Yes, I would. And honestly, I'm terrible with knowing game designers. I'm not well studied in that area. But I asked the question on Board Game Geek. I was like, hey, who are your favorite female designers and artists? And it was amazing how many men and women were like, huh. You know, that was kind of it stumped a lot of people. And then I was like, whoa. And I've heard certain people say like, oh, you know, we get kind of pushed out of this industry. And, you know, I don't know this particular industry well enough to know whether or not that's true, because there seems to be such a lovely welcoming for us because of the diversity that we're bringing. So I don't know why that is again either. But yeah, of course, there's brilliant women with brilliant ideas, just like there are men. So yeah,
we're all human. We all have minds.
Yeah, exactly.
You might find it shocking.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah, right.
I think the thing that always got me, and that's basically, speaking of my favorite girl, my German Shepherd. She had to come over and say hi. She just came back.
I have a Dachshund Cocker Spaniel mix somewhere over here in a Chihuahua.
They'll be in the shot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
At some point. But the thing that always gets me is when we're playing a game and the girls are playing, or we're playing some kind of dungeon crawl. You got this barbarian guy, okay, or knight or whatever, and he's always got this full set of armor. And then the girl knight usually has a steel bikini.
Yep. Oh, I hate that.
And you go, okay, what's that going to protect her?
Big bosoms and high heels and wavy hair.
It's definitely man driven, and you know, of course, you know, you look past it most of the time. Of course, they don't, but and it's understandable. But you know, it's very much that they're looking at the game and they're going, okay, why is this? Why can't I have a cool girl with really cool armor? And you know, even the little chibis that I did for Arcadia Quest, I'm painting them, and I'm almost feeling uncomfortable painting them because you're kind of like.
Yeah, I'm painting porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there was this great article that was pretty popular on Facebook for a while, and it was comic book characters that were female in their comic book hero poses replaced with men. And it was so funny. And I was like, yeah, exactly. What the hell? I'm not going to fight someone like this. You know, like that's very not physically possible. And my brother, who's, you know, brilliant artist himself, he was like, you know, but I always appreciated the artistry of it because there's, on the one hand, yeah, you know, the female, you know, physique is gorgeous. So why not take advantage and like, ooh, but on the other hand, I'm like, I'm not going to fight like that. You know, like I think being can I say it on air? I think being a badass female is more than just, wow.
Oh yeah.
But on the other hand, I do think that there is value in drawing us to optimize our feminism, or feminine parts, that is. So,
it's like drawing a guy all jacked up and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sometimes it just gets a little too ridiculous is the thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, your average guy isn't all jacked up, you know, he's not in the gym 24 hours, you know, living his whole life.
Because on our show, we have girls that are, you know, kind of tomboyish, and we have girls that are like all love makeup. And it's like, you know, you do you, girl, you know, that's true feminism right there.
Pete says, when I first went to the Essen Spiel back in 2001, I was surprised how many females were playing games.
Right.
We are still a long way behind in the UK. because it's very male driven, and even
we should go to the UK Girls Game Show in the UK. Woo! That'd be fun.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go. Do one from the UK.
You know, I forget their names. I'm sorry, but there's a couple girls that I follow and follow me back on Instagram. And I feel like such a jerk right now for forgetting their handle. But I'll post it on our Twitter and such, who they are. And there's some great. What is her name? She's awesome. Pardon me.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I thought she was super cool, and I think that they're there. It's just not in the limelight for some reason.
No, exactly. And the other thing that really gets me is, like we're playing Shadows of Brimstone, which we love that game. Okay, it's a very deep dungeon crawl game, which I have a question for you next. Cool. But the thing is that the two girls wanted to play, and of course me and the boy, and we're going through the box, and every character is a guy. Now on the other side is a girl, but they don't give you the girl character. So they turned it over and played it, but they wanted the girl model, and the only way you can get that is Kickstarter. Well, how come they didn't even it out? Ooh. And a lot of games that we get, we go, oh God, we hope there's enough girl figures because we do play with the two girls.
Yeah.
So you just never have enough girl figures in games. That's funny. It seems.
We just played Splendor, and the girls were like, "Look at all these dudes. Let's find the cool, like, awesome female nobles to put up here because there's some great artwork." It's Shiny Happy Meeples. Lindsay, tabletop addict from the UK. I love the meeple play on words.
Happy Meeples.
Shiny Happy Meeples. And she was one of my first Instagram friends from Girls Game Show. So yeah.
Yeah, I just started.
Yeah,
I just got an Instagram account, and it was like terrifying for me because I'm not technologically, and I've been
just
putting
pictures.
Just pictures, and everything's fine.
Breathe.
Has Christina played any dungeon crawl games?
No, I haven't. I have not played any. I know. I have not played any. Sorry. No, but I will. I will now that I'm getting that look from you. Check them out.
No, there's so many. Well, Imperial Assault. That's a good dungeon crawl game. I mean, there's a lot of really.
There's a lot that I should play.
That you should play.
I was saying to you earlier, I was getting into games, and then I had kids, so slowed down a bit. Yeah.
Kind of put the brakes on it a little bit.
I'm waiting for them to get old enough to play games with us,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah. Well, we started with matching, so I was excited about that.
There
it's our
you
first
go.
game, technically. Yay.
All right. I really appreciate what you do for the hobby, both of you. And that was from Susanna. That was very nice. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you.
And Virtuon Gamer is here. Hello, my friend from Belgium. He was there during those Belgium attacks, so he's okay, and we were worried about him. I'm glad he's fine. So, Mike King, trying to get my daughters to play Shadow of Brimstone, but she's not having it yet. She's 13. It takes a little while, Mike. It's something that they'll eventually get to it. It's the way it always worked for me, at least, was starting with the simple game. A
gateway games.
Your gateway game. And like for you, it was Dominion, and for us, it was Talisman, which is maybe the longest game in history. Matter of fact, what was the longest game we ever played?
Talisman?
Yeah.
Like 8 hours.
You think it was 8?
Like
8 hours.
It was an 8-hour game.
I played an 8-hour game of X-Wing once, and it was epic. X-Wing can go on forever. Awesome.
Yeah, that is you're like miniature, so you're halfway there to your dungeon crawls.
I'm close.
Let's see. Pete says Christina can represent the girls in the hobby, and Rob can represent the old men. Thanks, Pete.
Woo! What a stinker.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get myself a cane to make it all that much more authoritative.
Believable.
Yeah. All right, we got a question for you from my brother, Virtuing Gamer Kurt. Does Christina have game design ideas and or design ambitions?
Oh, God. You know, I was joking the other day that someone needed to design a board game for exhausted parents that, you know, the baby sucks your energy out and then you get coffee to like gain life. That's the extent of my design ability right now. You know, I hadn't thought of being a designer because God, there's just I don't think that it is my talent to be designing games. I want to leave that to the people that have the passion for it, you know, and I have a passion for playing them so far, but not yet the passion to design them. And I'm okay with that. It's like I love listening to music, don't necessarily feel called to write it, you know. But hey, you know, if I do eventually, then I will.
Now, have you seen Jason from the Dice Tower yet?
Which one is
he's the one with the glass. Oh, well, they all have glasses.
Yeah.
He's like the Brainiac one.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. So we all go together to this prototype con, okay? And it was basically people showing us games. So him and I are together, and people are showing us their games, and we're going through it. And by the end of the day, all I got is things in my head. So I head home. They stayed at the hotel because I was about 45 minutes, and I can't stand staying at a hotel. So on my way home, all of a sudden now here I am, a miniature painting guy, and I'm into all these deep strategic games and so forth and so on. And all of a sudden I come up with this party game, and I go, I've got to call Jason. And I said, maybe I can be a game designer. Maybe I have something original in my head. And I run home and I tell my wife it, and she goes, that sounds good. She goes, maybe you should try to do it. I call Jason. Jason, all you hear is dead silence on the other phone. And then all of a sudden he goes, well, that sounds like concept. That sounds like this. That sounds like that. That sounds like that. And it also has this mechanic, which won't work with this and that. And I just sat there, and that was the end of my game design. But I just laughed because I knew that if I asked him about the game, he would either tell me it was good or not, because he is just incredible.
Yes, but you could have that as a starting point and grow from there, you know? Don't let it crush your dream.
Oh, there was no dream there. It's just
there was no dream.
I said, I had a moment of brilliance. This is my time. This must be now. And then all of a sudden I'll run it by him because he'll know. And then I just realized, no, I'm not meant for game design. Just keep the paintbrush in my hand and I'll be fine. All right, we got another question for you, my dear. What game would you suggest I introduce my 12-year-old niece to? I really would love to get her into the hobby.
Ooh, that's true. It depends on your niece, you know? Like, for me, my husband knew that I liked collecting things. So he was like, deck building game, got it. You know, I just introduced someone who hadn't been playing. What did we introduce her to? It was Sheriff Nottingham, because she really has fun with the, you know, am I lying? Am I not lying? So, I mean, it's a tricky question for me to answer outrightly, just because I don't know this particular 12-year-old, you know? If she likes to be more thoughtful about strategy, or if she likes interaction, you know? So I would just kind of, you know, look at those things first. For me, it would be something more that would keep their interest and something constantly happening. You know, if their attention span is really good, Mice and Mystics, because it tells a little story and it has kind of like that storybook kind of thing to it. But I think the ultimate 12-year-old game would be the tortoise and the hare. I've never played that.
Oh my God! First of all, you can't play it in this house.
I have a feeling that wasn't meant for us. That was for your.
No, I was yelling at the kids because when I said tortoise and the hare, the last time it becomes a bloody battle to win.
Yeah.
You see, the problem with my family is they were brought up that it's not like soccer where at halftime you get juice boxes and orange slices. They were always just taught you either win or you lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the always way it's been for me. Probably I'm wrong. But now that they beat me on a consistent basis and they're always after each other, everybody's very, very competitive, and it becomes this real big. So you take a nice, simple game. It's just a racing game with cards, and it's so much fun. It's
That's
very
cool.
easy. It's very engaging.
You know, okay, I might get eaten alive for this, but the game that I loved when I was in middle school was Scattergories. Do you remember Scattergories? It's a party game.
Yeah.
It's not like a board game, but it's it was all about interaction, but it was also you're against yourself and against the clock. So I mean, I know that that's not probably what you're looking for, but in terms of just getting her to enjoy games, like God, me and my sisters, and we're all very different. We all loved that game, and it was fun, you know.
And you know, Camel Up is another one that's good. It's a racing game, but it's a collection. It's trying to get victory points. It's exciting because the camels race themselves. And you're trying to bet on the camels and stuff like that and do other things that manipulate the camels moving.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you have this pyramid and you turn it over, and whatever color dice, that's what camel moves. And the first one to get through the finish line, you know, depending on who you bet on to win, to lose, and this, that, and the other, you get all kinds of victory points, and it's just a lot of fun.
That's cool.
A lot of fun.
I would say for someone that you're introducing to games too, I mean, for me and for a lot of girls I know, theme is quite important. Like my husband loves Netrunner. I can't get into Netrunner. I want to love Netrunner. I want to love it so bad, but you know, I just can't get into the theme of the tech world.
The techie thing. Yeah. We started playing it. It's a lot. There's a lot to that game.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
I like games that have a lot going on. I'm cool with that. But this one in particular, I was like, I just, you know, so it fell flat on me. I think mostly my husband's booing in the background because he just has binders of cards for that game, and I wouldn't play with him. So he was pretty heartbroken. But yeah, theme is important.
Yeah, exactly. There's certain games that I'll play with all of us, but then there's certain games that I'll just play with me and my son, and those are the ones where, you know, it's a Netrunner type of game because there's just so much going on at times. Matter of fact,
does your son likes games that are more layered like that?
Yeah, he's just one of those kids that likes
interesting.
That will sit there and out-calculate me if he can.
Yeah, you know, we just played
But I'll throw him
for our next season. What's that?
I said, but I'll throw him a mile if I
have to. We just played a couple games for our next season. We played Cosmic Encounters just now. We played Splendor, and it was really interesting to me because, you know, some of the girls did not like Cosmic Encounters, and I was like, what? This is amazing! I love this game, and some of them loved it, and then vice versa for Splendor, you know. And it's part of what I like about our show is that even though the popular opinion is that this game is awesome, there are times where we're like, this doesn't go on the shelf because nobody had fun, you know. And it's just, you just got to know who you're playing with, you know.
The thing that really works with the show, and I really like what you do, is you play it, and then all of a sudden one of the girls will go, well, you know something, that's all that kept on happening was those yellow cards kept on coming out. And, you know, and you get that side thing where they kind of during the game, and it builds this story, and that's what's, you know, it gives that personal interaction where you're drawing people in so they feel like they're actually there, and that's ingenious. And
yeah, you know, you just touched on the thing that I actually love about playing board games, and it's that you know, I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and so I love story. You know, like stories are like,
oh God, yeah,
that's my baby. So when you play a board game, more often than not, you create an impromptu story with a group, and it's different every time you do it, you know. And I love that about playing board games, because it's not even about the mechanics of gameplay so much for me as it is about what taste did it leave in my mouth afterwards. You know, like what do I remember about it? What am I taking away from it? Like in my memory, how does that play out? And you know, it creates stories. And so that's another thing that was kind of the inspiration for the show, is like, well, you know, what does it feel like to play Sheriff Venatican, to play Cosmic Encounters, and what is that story like for this group, you know?
Exactly. I'm just trying to adjust something here real quick. Okay, there we go. Can you still hear me all right?
Yeah. Loud
Okay,
and
good. We're off to a good start then. All right, what do we got here? Here's Doug Herring. Have you ever seen his site? If you get a chance, go see Doug. He's got a really great site.
Got Doug and Tina. I got people to check out.
Yeah, you definitely got to check out his channel. Fantastic channel. He says, not sure how I missed the Girls Game Shelf channel. What kind of games do you think you will be highlighting?
Oh, that's tricky. That's a good question. Because, so part of me is tempted to be like, aha, here's a game that I know everybody will love, so we will play this, you know? But then I don't know if that's what I should do, you know, because it's useful to see games and how they play. Like Letters to Whitechapel, for instance, is not what I'd call a party game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this group that we play with seem to really love party games, and games that are exciting, that have a lot of interaction. So, you know, I'm not quite sure yet. We're not so far doing games that like that get too heavy into rules, because some of the girls, though they like playing board games, they're not wouldn't identify as gamers, so that could be a little intimidating. So I'm hoping that though we have a mix of games, that as we progress, we will start to do games that are also more challenging.
Excuse me. Getting some water.
Yeah, it's yeah.
You know, we both talk a lot.
We're talking so much, yeah. Sorry, everyone.
No, that's fine. Let's see. I love playing the female figure, and this is Pete again, so it's going to be something good. I love playing a female figure in a game. It's like having a secret alter ego, but don't tell my wife.
That's funny. But that's the great thing about characters and games in general. One of our players, Melissa, she loves role playing. That's like the way by which she enjoys playing a game to its greatest degree, you know? And so I forget what game we just played Splendor, and she was like, I'm not going to torture you guys with an Italian accent throughout this whole thing. And I was like, go do it. It's your happy place, you know? But yeah, I mean, role playing is totally a big part of playing games, right? Love it.
Exactly. Which brings up a question that I actually have, is when you're deciding on a game for the show, is it really hard, and do you really worry about, you know, like when I do it here and I go, okay, we're going to play this game, and well, I got to tailor it to one person, and I always look at the weakest link, and that's my daughter Victoria, and not that she's a weak link.
You hear that, Victoria?
Fortunately, she's at the mall, so I can say that I want about it.
That's funny.
But the thing with her is, if she loses interest, you see her eyes roll back in her head, and then doing something live just becomes completely boring. And, you know, she kind of loses interest and gets real quiet. And the hardest thing is trying to find, I mean, are you having problems for the people that are normally not game players, trying to find that game that tailors to everybody, which basically what I was trying to say.
I mean, yes and no, because I feel like part of that information is useful. Like, this person did not enjoy this game. This did not go well for them. That's useful to see, you know?
Yeah.
And we have a range in our reviews. You know, and it's tricky. Honestly, a lot of what we do for planning games is I see who's available to go. You know, we email out of our group and say, hey, who can make it? Who wants to play today? And based on who's coming, I like know, okay, this person likes this kind of game. This one likes this kind of game. How do these energies work? We kind of curate a little bit to make sure we have, you know, a game that will jive at least somewhat. And then a lot of it is money-wise right now, we have to film as much as possible in one shoot day, which is like from 8 to 3, you know? And that means that we're filming games and tutorials and pickups. And we are racing against the clock to get 2-3 games in with that amount of time. I mean, if you're into film, you know that this is like crazy ambitious and kind of stupid, but that's what we have to do right now. So I can't do games that are, again, very detailed, because like we played Cosmic Encounters today and it took a couple hours and we weren't able to get everything in that we needed. But we have, it was so much fun playing, but for me at least, but you know, that's part of us. As part of that goes into us choosing certain games, and it's also another reason that we're kickstarting, because it's like, the quality of the show will go up so much more if we could afford to have more shoot days, because we could take our time and get much better stuff. And I don't know, it's another factor.
So where are you guys at right now with the Kickstarter? Are you almost halfway?
I think, well, this morning we got to halfway.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's exciting. And the thing about I'll just fill people in on what the thought was behind the expenses. So at 6,000, the reason I put that is because, okay, that's the baseline of, that will just keep us going for the rest of the year. Okay. It won't leave us room for improvements, and it won't leave us room for giving our crew more than just a stipend to say thank you for doing all this for pretty much nothing. But that will keep us going for 2016. Stretch goals above that include getting more equipment and also helping us figure out a space situation. Because if we had a dedicated space, we could just film almost whenever, and we could put out so many more episodes. So that's a goal. And also just paying people in a way that's sustainable, because really this is a part-time job for several people, myself included. You know, and you know, we're all young, struggling artists or families, and it won't be sustainable for us to do it much longer without help from the community or without sponsors. And by the way, we have a sponsor now, our first sponsor. Yeah, we're working out details, but I'd like to give them a shout out, if I may. Game Jewel. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's really cool, actually. They're like Netflix for games. So it's yeah, I'll tweet about it so you can see what the website is, because it's not Jewel, like it's spelled Jewel, but yeah, check them out, because they've been really sweet too.
You gotta find me on Instagram and send that to me, or
I will.
Or email me, and I'll put it in the comments of this.
I write that down.
Now, is it all right if I'm sure we got plenty of questions, but what we talked about earlier, can I say it?
Yeah, you do sound like you're underwater again, though.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry.
It's definitely
the bearer of bad news. I like the picture of you that pops up, though. I still don't know. Am I still on?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. Oh no.
Right. Is it better now again?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
See, that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely Windows 10, because I've done it on 2 different laptops, and this is like a brand new Logitech camera with the 920, which is like state of the art, which I went out and dropped $100 on just to have it do this. So it's got to be something with Windows 10. And
Windows 10.
Raffire.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say, would it be all right if I said anything, or do you want to keep it quiet? What I want to do.
Wait, I don't remember what we were talking about. It's probably fine.
Before we went on, what I would do for your channel.
Oh yeah! Please tell everybody. I'm super excited about that.
If you guys can push them over the top on the Kickstarter, what I said I would do is a game of her choice, whatever she wants. I will paint up so they can play it live.
Can we tell them which game it is?
I mean, not live. Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Star Wars.
Well, that one I'm just sending to you anyways.
Oh, really? Oh, good, because I really want it. Can I say, though?
Now, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll let you. I'll let you. You do you. Go ahead.
If you guys noticed that last Thursday I painted Rebellion for a couple hours, and I'm currently working on it, as you guys know, and next week I will be finishing it up. Once it's done, it is going out to the girls' game shelf, and they can either tape it or just play it and hide it. But I know her husband wants to play it. But what I'm willing to do, if we can reach that Kickstarter, I will paint anything, and you guys can send all the suggestions to her channel what you want to see played, and she can decide which one she wants done, and then I will paint up the game, send it out to them, and they will do a taping of it. And that's just, if we can get over this Kickstarter thing, we only need a couple $1,000. So, and then possibly if she wants, she can either sell, auction the game off or keep it for her collection. But either way, we'll be doing that in conjunction with Girls Game Shelf channel.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that. I'm so excited about it.
I'm just really happy to have you guys aboard, and I'll do anything I can to help you guys get to where you guys got to be. And so all these poor people that give you so much time, it's really important that, you know, you can sustain them, and you guys are doing such a wonderful thing, and so much that it's really important that we get you guys where you need to be.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's like I've gushed about this to you already, but I'm like over the moon about you bringing us on today and being so helpful. And thank you so much.
Yeah, you know, this is something I'm going to try to do. We're going to try to find, you know, I'm doing it especially because, you know, we've gotten to know each other a bit in the last couple of days, so it's you know, now it's personal. But you know, I'm going to try to do my best to help anybody I can, and that people know that when they come to this channel, that we're always about, you know, it's about the community. Yeah, it's about giving back in the community. Hey, we're getting behind on questions here, so let me get going. Get a few of these out there and stop gushing about myself.
Is that a Seahawks hat though? Because that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Go Hawks! Woo!
Go Hawks! Biggest Hawk fan ever. My whole life. When I was a kid, Jim Zorn was my hero because I was a left-handed quarterback when I was not as thick as I am.
Well, even though someone that's not a big football person, our coach for USC when I was there went over to Seahawks. So, you know, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll was a special. Pete Carroll was a special team coach when I tried out. I tried out for a couple teams, and he was one of the special.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got cut, but
but still,
that was
check that off the bucket list.
Long time ago.
Very cool.
I think you weren't even born then.
We will.
Thanks for the advice, Rob. I don't really know my niece very well either. She's been living in the Philippines for the last 7 years. Oh wow! So I will get that game and try it out. She loves Uno. Ooh, there's a good.
Yeah, Uno's great.
Pete just made us a great suggestion. Escape from Atlantis is another great game that kids can enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
And here Doug chimed in, 12 Realms and Takedo are good games for youngsters as well. So there you go. It's good to have all these suggestions.
Yeah.
I have that one. Thanks, Pete, for the advice. Thanks for the advice, everyone. Okay, my 4-year-old daughter loves Defender of the Realm. Defender of the Realm is a great game, and I've gotten to know Richard Launius pretty well. He's a great designer, and at this prototype con, I went out to dinner with him and a bunch of the other guys. Just a very entertaining guy. He's actually the guy that made Arkham Horror.
Oh, cool! That's awesome. Thanks for giving me some context there, as someone who's not well read on her designers.
Yeah, and that's believe me, I've been doing this for over a year as well, and I'm not that good with all the names. I'm getting to know people as I go, as I meet them, actually.
Cool.
All right, let's see what we got here. I'm doing pretty good. Paul Darcy. Here's another channel for you to go check out. Paul Darcy. Paul Darcy from Canada. You make sure I tell everybody that he's from Canada.
Canadians are awesome.
Yeah, anytime he gets together with Tina, they talk about how great being from Canada is.
I'm an honorary Canadian.
Well, there you go.
Friends that welcomed me into their awesomeness club.
There you go. He said Jamaica is great. Paul's got another fantastic.
Jamaica is great. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we love playing that one. Yeah. And you know another game that's themed like that I think you might like if you get a chance. Hey guys, is it Black Fleet? Did they take the dog outside? I think so. Yeah, they me.
Oh, you know what? Games like tile laying games are also great. Like I mean, I love Carcassonne. We review it. It's coming up soon. So
Carcassonne is awesome.
yeah.
What's the other one that we really liked that we were playing? Oh, I can't think that they really, really liked. And we actually had to pull the tiles out of a sack thing. Oh, God. It'll come to me. Of course, we're live on air, so I got to look like an idiot and don't know what's going on.
You don't. Everyone's human.
Oh, we got a question. If you like story games, have you ever tried Time Stories or Mice and Mystics yet?
No, but people have suggested both of those to me, and I'm super excited about them. Like,
matter of fact, when I'm done doing the Rebellion, the live paint through, hold on for a second. Just, was it Black? Is the name of that game Black Fleet?
Yes.
You guys got to try Black Fleet. It is such a good game, and you would especially like it, Christina. And I think you could play up to 4 or 5 players or something like that. I think it's 4. I could be wrong.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect number.
Okay. After I'm done doing Rebellion, I am actually building boards for the Mice and Mystic. 3D boards instead of using the boards. And I'll be doing that on the Dice Tower as well. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? We're way behind here.
Oh, sorry. We talk a lot.
Oh, audio's fine now. Oh, okay. That's how far back I was. My audio was bad. If your crowd aren't RPG players, some games just won't work. Try Betrayal at House on the Hill. Oh, Betrayal at the House on the Hill, and it failed completely. My group doesn't RPG, so it won't ever work.
Yeah, but I have high hopes, because there are games like I really want to play Ghost Stories, and I don't know that this group will, be into it yet. But also, like I said, a lot of them, some of them are, self-identified gamers, and some of them aren't. So, as we continue the series, I'm really interested to see where their tastes go, because people like me and Melissa, for instance, we know what our tendencies are when we're picking out a game, but some of these girls don't yet. So, it'd be nice to try. I want to try.
Somebody wrote that Ticket to Ride is also good.
Yes, it is good, and there's a great app for it, because when I had my first kid, my husband and I had to be very quiet, and we download the app so we could still play games together. So Ticket to Ride's awesome.
Paul said Temple of Chaos is pretty good for kids, as it's pretty easy to learn and not too long or complicated, and looks fantastic. Paul, didn't you do a video on that? I think Paul did like a 4-part video on it. What a fun job he did on that. If you ever want to get good ideas, you've got 3 sites that I'm telling you, top of the line.
What are they?
Paul Darcy.
Got it. Got that one written down.
Yeah, I think you wrote down Doug, who just said that he just donated to the Kickstarter.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you so much. Yay.
And Tina is fantastic. And
can you post their sites in somewhere, or email them to me or something, so that I don't find.
Yeah. And Virtual Gamer, which is Kurt from Belgium, he does a great job.
What was that? Virtual Gamer, is that what you said?
It's VITRUVIAN Gamer. I can't get it out of my northern accent. Kills me.
Awesome, got it.
I'm originally from Connecticut.
Thank you for all this information. Oh,
yeah, okay. Kurt does a great job. He's from Belgium, and the girls love him because they love his accent.
Yeah.
And they think he's
accents, period, are awesome, and they think he's attractive.
Yes, they told me that. But funny. I told him he's got he's got a girlfriend, and you guys need to stay in this country.
We had a one of our donors was so sweet. He said, like, personal note, more Melissa, good gravy, she's gorgeous. And I showed it to her. I was like, hey, look, you're gorgeous. It's fun to hear those things. So I'm sure he loved it when you told him that.
Yeah. We got a question here. Do you think sales and popularity of games like Porter, Rocco, I can't say that one, Fog of Love, now on Kickstarter, suffer from their theme in this still somewhat male predominant hobby?
Well, I don't know about the other two, but I think Fog of Love has done quite well. I mean, they went above and beyond their Kickstarter, and like we were saying, even though it seems like it's male dominated, there's a lot of us ladies. So like I said, I don't know how the other two did. Fog of Love we actually reviewed on Board Game Breakfast, so I'm a little more involved with that, and I reviewed it because I liked that it was such a different theme. Yeah, you don't see a board game like that anywhere, or I haven't. So, yeah, if that answers the question, I don't think it affected it from speaking for me personally.
The King of Tokyo is fun.
Yeah.
And lots of dice rolling. Did you do King of Tokyo? Or was
we did. That was number 2, King of Tokyo.
Yeah, King of Tokyo. Yeah, you guys, that was really good.
Yeah, it was fun. We lost my friend Michelle. Unfortunately, she won't be on the series anymore because she moved to Australia, and it broke my heart. Yeah, she was our gamer pals. So, hi Michelle, we miss you.
Okay, and again, showing your let's not talk about me. Question: are you planning to go to the Dice Tower Con in July?
I wish I could, but as Rob told me, it's sold out. And
are we trying to take it for you somehow?
Aw, I don't know if I can because I have a 5-month-old baby right now, so I don't know if this is the year for me to go. But I will see what I can do because I really want to go.
Yeah, it's definitely one of a kind con, that's for sure. And
yeah, and I really do want to go. And I mean, you and Tom and others have been so generous that I want to meet people face to face. It'd be nice to say thank you in person.
Let's see what else we got here. Ghost Stories is brutal. You'll win 1 in 10 if you're lucky. Still a great game that's not too complicated. That's a great question. And do you like games that are near impossible to win? Do you find them enjoyable, or do you like something that you feel that? Do you find it challenging where you want to keep on playing it until you beat it?
Gosh, I don't know. I think so. Pandemic for a while when I was first introduced to it, it took some getting used to, and I definitely had to play it again and again until I saved the world because it was personal. So again, it depends on the theme. It depends on if I like the mechanisms, and something about me is it just has to be fun to play. If it's like, oh God, it's just so hard and there's just nothing I can enjoy about this game. There's not good interaction. That's not it. The theme is, it has to have those other elements to it, and then I don't mind losing. It's about the story, right? Sometimes stories people lose. So.
Let's see. I think I'm okay. I think we're almost there. I just got and tried Sushi Go for the first time this weekend. A kid could do that if there was a big group, but not 2-player. 2-player, it becomes card-counted game. Yeah, we love Sushi Go. We always play Sushi Go, and then my son has to rap about it for an hour. It's a lot of fun.
That's funny.
It's the funniest thing.
Yeah, a couple of our girls have suggested it because they like it too.
And we got another question. How competitive are you when playing a game with your husband?
Okay.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I was competitive, but I am quite competitive. And so is he. So it's fun. I didn't realize also too until I started playing with other girls what an agitator I am. Like, my goodness, I could be a real jerk because it's fun. But he can, he knows this about himself, so I'm not being mean to say this, but he can be a much bigger jerk than I can. So,
there you go.
So we would play Innovation together, and I would be like, what? Like real rage would come, and that's why I think he got Glory to Rome, because he was like, look, this is like a little toned down for you. And I was like, okay, we can be friends at the end of this evening, So yeah, I guess I would say that we can be pretty competitive.
It's funny here because when we all play, they all want to kill each other. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, you guys want to play DS now? Yeah. Or you guys want to go watch a movie now? And it's like nothing ever happened. But I'll go on.
Cool. About board games. It's like, just let the emotions rip. And then I just really, screwed over one of my friends in Cosmic Encounters. And I actually thought she was really mad at me. I was like, Caitlin, are we cool? And she was like, yeah, no, I'm over, we're good.
But
So,
when it comes to me and Janice, though, that's
uh-huh.
if I do something against her, we'll end up talking about it all night long. No, you did this, and I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not. I mean, we're totally kidding with each other, but we don't forget very easily. And the next game, it comes out.
Yeah, my husband remembers a few games where like he did a move and I think I just let out like a banshee scream. You know, he's like, "Oh, remember that time?" Like, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Paul says, as well as Forbidden Island is great. Oh, Forbidden
Yeah, it is.
Island is a
It's
great
fun.
co-op game. Played it with my 8 and 6-year-old nephews, and they loved it.
Yeah,
Number
that's
one
a good name for
number one
sorry.
co-op game is Robinson Crusoe. Awesome stories are made with that game. How cruel it can be. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another question here. Question: prefer a co-op or a competitive game?
Competitive game. I mean, I like co-ops, don't get me wrong. I do like them, but I have so much fun with the conflict that happens between players. I mean, I just really like it. It's fun, you know, and co-op I do like to a degree because of all the interaction, but it's difficult to find a co-op game where people who do not have a very strong voice are equal players. And I tend to like to really like converse, and you know, I don't mean to, but I think I have a tendency towards dominating in terms of that, and I try and keep it in check. But it's so hard because you get so excited, you know. I just get excited, you know. But I mean, that's the tricky thing about co-op games. So it's I prefer competitive. I do.
Believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of people saying they're subscribing to you now.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
That's
cool.
the
I hope
way.
you like the show.
Oh, we got Barry Reynolds, who has another great channel, who is very
and a
good
great
friends
name,
with
Barry Reynolds. That's
Barry
awesome.
Reynolds. Look him up. Does a thing with the Undead Viking, really good guy, Lance. They do a weekly album, and then Barry has a tremendous interview show that I really hope that people get a chance to watch. He does a nice job with it. He gets all kinds of different designers and people, and you know, he was desperate. He even had me go on it for 1 week.
Because it takes desperation, right?
Yeah, well, you know, we'll listen to you for an hour or so. How are you able to play anything with a 5-month-old? I have a 9-month-old, and my gaming is on indefinite standby.
Yeah, it's tricky. You know, when we had my first daughter, like I said, we got the quiet apps so that we could still play together and couldn't do much. And then it was just date nights type of thing. And then with my second daughter, somehow things are working a little easier, where it's like, all right, they're in bed by 9 and we have until midnight until one wakes up. Let's play a game, you know?
Yeah.
But that's not always how it works. Actually, more often than not, it does not work that way, which is why you guys are mentioning all these great games. And I'm like, huh, what? You know? But, you know, like I said,
they're giving you all these great ideas for shows.
I know. Eventually, and I love doing shows because I'm like, oh, I get to play a game, you know? But you know, eventually they'll all sleep through the night and I'll catch up.
Okay, we're going to take a few more questions here. Believe it or not, we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. So,
oh goodness!
Yes.
Real quick though, good luck to that person with the 9-month-old. It gets easier. Hang in there.
Barry says Robinson Crusoe is great and brutal game. Also my favorite co-op. Mr. Pobear says Robinson Crusoe is a game I've owned for about 3 months. Still haven't had a chance to open it and playing it. I'm a deal hunter and I keep finding other stuff to buy. Well, there you go.
You've got a problem. Too much cool stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Suburbia can be very competitive too. Oh, see, that's one that we haven't played. Not desperate, Rob. Just found your channel interesting. Okay.
See,
thanks,
you're loved.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
The self-deprecation though is humorous.
Yeah. Maybe it's all the brutal beatings I take from the kids playing. I've yet to win on camera, I think.
Oh, that's funny. I just lost for the first time in this film shoot that we did.
Well.
I know. I was like, God, someone has to. I enjoyed winning, but you know.
It happens sometimes. All right. Great storytelling competitive games I have played recently is Legends of the American Frontier by Richard Launius. It is outstanding. Feels co-op-ish, but not. Oh, wow. Matter of fact, yeah, I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch that, Doug. Doug is another one, just phenomenal videos. I can't praise these guys enough. But I saw that he put it up, and I've never heard of the game, American Frontier. I'm going to have to check that out for sure.
I mean, it sounds like a cool theme, so I'm in.
Yeah, the cover looked awesome, and I was like, okay,
I have a page full of notes from this thing from your suggestions and everyone else's. So thanks, everyone. I'm writing down the ideas. Yeah, thank you. By the way, if anyone ever messages us or tweets or what have you, we listen to those things. So I do take suggestions and ideas, and thank you for them too. It's awesome.
While we're here, because number one, our main reason for being here is number one, the Kickstarter. Okay, yeah. You can find the Kickstarter on Kickstarter. It could be any easier than that. And like I said, just to sum up, you know, we're trying to get this money so she can take care of everybody for the rest of the year. For this, her season isn't 10 or 12 episodes. It's for a full year. Every other week, you know, you're getting something. Is that correct?
Yeah, we made it every second and fourth week so that we could.
Second and fourth week.
Yeah, I know that's interesting, but you know, it worked out better with how many episodes we had planned, that we could plan ahead easier that way.
Yeah, and they're doing a tremendous job. Take a look at the pilot season if you get a chance. Go over, subscribe. You know, I suggest this. I know a lot of people, a real lot of people, are going to watch this after the fact, you know, and couldn't be live with us. But I'm telling you, go over there, subscribe, support the Kickstarter. And like I said, if you support the Kickstarter, I'm going to hound her and tell her what game you want to play, and make sure it's something that she really doesn't want to play.
Make it hard on me.
Make it hard on her. But I will paint it and I will send it out there, and they will play it and tape it. So there you go. I think that's about it for today. Christina, stay on the line. I'm going to stop broadcasting. I want to talk to you for a few minutes afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for participating. And I hope, Christina, that you'll come back on when we do like a question and answers and stuff like that.
This was fun. I was so nervous. You know,
I know you were. And
I was so
nothing
nervous.
to be nervous about. You know, we've got a great community here, and you know, I usually do a Q&A once a month, and I'd love to have you on, and we'll do something, you know, we'll do something special.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. And thank you so much, everyone, for also all your questions and suggestions. Like, really, thank you so much.
Yeah, and there you go. And so, folks, thanks for participating in another one of my Kickstarter previews, and I hope you enjoyed this. It's been wonderful, and we will talk to you later. Everybody have a great weekend. I think after this, maybe around 8 o'clock, I might be doing Above and Below live. I don't know. It depends. It's up to these knuckleheads and what they're doing. So with that said, from Christina, say goodbye.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
And
Thank you so
myself,
much.
we'll see you soon. Have a great weekend, folks.